Hey everyone, so welcome to our first ever live stream on the channel here. Just practicing streaming here before Legends of the Dead drops in early March there. And just thought this would be a good way to test things out. I know we have a lot of new players, so we could do a tutorial island playthrough here with Merchad of Munster there. We've done a couple tutorials with him on the lifestyles there. So I thought, let's just give him a playthrough here. Not sure how long we'll play through, but yeah, we'll give it a try. So the focus here is to help new players playing the game, so I'll go slowly over some of the functionality here. I'm not going to explain everything all at once, but we'll sort of get to things as we get to them there. So here we are on the map there. We kind of start the game zoomed into our own holdings in Munster, Ireland here, and this is our character on the left, Merchad of Munster, the petty king of Munster there. So we click on his head there, we end up seeing a whole bunch of information here. So every character in Crusader Kings 3 has a set of personality traits here. You can hover over these to understand what they mean there. So we are temperate, we are wrathful, we are impatient, and we are a skilled tactician there who is reckless. So all these traits taken together there combine to form our stats along the bottom that are color-coded there. You can kind of see some of that coloring in the personality traits as well, but we've got blue color for diplomacy. This is sort of how introverted or extroverted your character might be. A low number is introverted, a high number is extroverted. So we're pretty introverted. We have poor diplomacy there, it says. And this red one here is our martial skill, which is quite high. It's close to 20. And it says that is excellent there, and it kind of breaks that down into the buffs that is giving us, reducing the cost of maintaining our army and increasing our levies, safety, and toughness there. So basically this is something that we're really good at. We're a very martially skilled character. Over here in the green we have stewardship, which is a little bit under 10 there. It's fairly poor as well. And the purple is intrigue. This is how sneaky we can be, I guess. I should say that this green one as well, stewardship. This is a money focus here. You can see it kind of ties into temperate there, which also gives us a boost to our stewardship. So we're kind of color coded across the board there. So this is money. This is you know, sneakiness, subterfuge, perhaps murder, things like that, which we're also quite poor at. And finally we have this gray one here, which is learning. I guess how much of an intellectual we might be, which is also fairly poor. So we can kind of take all this together and see that we're not very good at many things except for warfare there. And the other metric here I want to mention is our prowess. It's important to point out, I think, the distinction between our martial skill here and our prowess over here. Our martial skill is more like our tactical skill. So like, can we command armies? Can we you know, make battle plans, defend or defensive plans or offensive plans there? And we're quite good at that, but we're not necessarily good in hand-to-hand combat there. Our physical strength, our prowess on the actual battlefield is quite low. So it's just an important distinction, because we might not want to put Murjad directly into battle there, but he is a very good general and tactician there. So this is just kind of an overview of our character. I like to kind of get a sense of that because I want to know who I'm playing as and what I'm good at, what my strengths and weaknesses are, I guess. There's some more information over here as well. This sort of symbol is our religious symbol. We follow insularism, which is an organized Christian faith. And if you click that, you'll get more detailed information there, which I'm not going to go into all of this here, but essentially that sort of summarized view there says that we're a Christian faith and our head of faith is the Pope in Rome there. If you read the text, it kind of says that we're a little bit of an isolated Christian faith there. We're an island nation and we're a little bit far away from, mainland Europe and certainly from Rome. So we've still got some more ancient traditions there. One of which is wait a minute, I'm confused. Yeah, we have secondary spouses there. I completely broke my brain there. So this is we are monogamous. I was gonna say one of the special traits we have is having multiple wives there, which now I'm confused because we do have multiple wives on our screen there, secondary spouses, but it says monogamous there. So normally this marriage doctrine there would say that we could have multiple spouses, but it does not. So I'm very confused at what allows that there, but yeah, basically the whole point is that this is a more paganized flavor of Christianity there. We're isolated, so we've still retained some of the older pagan traditions despite being under the Pope in Rome there. So I don't know, I have to read through this again. It's been a long time since I've played an Ireland campaign there, but yeah, we definitely have the ability to have more than one spouse despite what this says over here there. So, and then this over here, so underneath our religion here is our culture. We're Irish. So you can click that. It just kind of gives you some flavor here about what Irish people are all about according to the game there. So we are pastoralists. Oh, here we go, polygamous. Okay, so this is what's driving our multiple spouses there. I completely got confused. It used to be under the religious area there, but now it's part of Irish culture, so that's interesting change there. But as it says, we can have up to 4 spouses there, so that covers that question that I had. Monastic community, so the temperate trait is more common and has additional bonuses, which is pretty good since we are temperate there. Refined poetry, so we the poet trait is more common and we get additional bonuses. And maritime mercantilism, so we can build a trade port earlier than typical there. So yeah, I like to check this out as well just to get a sense of what bonuses my culture is receiving, what bonuses my character is going to get there. So I think that kind of covers off our character and sort of our background there. If we get further down in here, this is our actual title, the Petty Kingdom of Munster, and actually gives you some useful information if you hover over that. And underneath you can actually see the titles that we hold. There's the little shields. So we've got the Earldom of Ennis, Thomond, and then of course the Duchy or Petty Kingdom itself there. You can also see that, in case it's a little hard to read and like tell the difference between the counties there, you can also check that out with this green button up top here, which just kind of lists out your domain there. Under the Petty Kingdom, there's your two counties that we hold directly. Then we have our vassals as well. We have a single vassal there, and also like our succession. You can take a look at that as well. I just like this view a little bit better than trying to read these shields there. But this is probably the most important part for Murchad. He has one claim. A claim represents a legal right to own something and provides a casus belli to conquer it through war. So if we hover over that, we have a claim on the Kingdom of Ireland. And when you actually start the game as Murchad there in like the new game screen, it will tell you a little bit about his background. His grandfather was King of Ireland, but I guess the title splintered up there since there's no current king. Ireland has become very, very fractured there, so we are hoping to reclaim that title back for our family there. So that's going to be our primary goal. That's pretty much everybody's primary goal when playing as Murchad, reconquering the Kingdom of Ireland and making ourselves king. If we go further down here as well, we get more into the other characters who are our family or courtiers there. So these are our parents and our grandparents who are all deceased at this point. These are our secondary spouses here. And this is our son Brian, who is going to succeed us after we die. And then down below here as well are our siblings. We had a sister who's passed away there, and we got two half-brothers as well. I'm not really sure where they came from, but they are in our court serving us there. Okay. So I think that kind of covers all of that off there. If we go here, like we can see this is our family, our relationships, which we don't have any right now. We don't have any awards, lovers, friends, or rivals. We do have people in our court though, and this is kind of useful to take a look at in conjunction with our council here. That's the little throne symbol on the right. Right now there's people already auto-populated into our council, but I would like to take a look at who's in my court just to see if there's anybody who would make a better fit for these positions there. And really our council is again color-coded towards these colors of our skill set there, and we can give them individual jobs. So we've got a chancellor, which is all about, diplomacy, diplomatic efforts there, a steward who's in charge of administering our taxes and culture there, our marshal who is our chief military commander, and of course our spy master who does intelligence and intrigue for us there. So they correspond to the same colors that we see on our character screen, and we hover over their skill set there. A lot of them are just kind of average. This guy's pretty good at his job. These guys are average, and she's pretty good at her job as well. We also have a priest who is good at learning as well. So this is basically a monk or a priest. We can't. I don't think we can marry them. Actually, that's determined by our religion here. Clerical. Oh yeah, clerical marriage is allowed. So yeah, that's another unique aspect of insulerism here. Normally, a Christian priest would not be able to marry, but we're a little more paganized, I guess. So yes, this guy can be married there. Okay, so I got off topic there. Back to our court. We want to see if there's anyone that can sit on our council who would be a better fit than the current assignees here. So the one guy here, our chancellor, is our vassal here. Yeah, he is gregarious, so he's a little bit extroverted there, but he's really not very good at diplomacy. I don't think that is a very good fit for him. So that is someone that we might want to replace. We do have this guy here, our cousin, who is actually quite good at diplomacy. So I think that's an easy switch there. You can just click this little button. I don't even know what to call that, but it clearly says appoint a chancellor, and we can click that, and he's actually been sorted to the top here because he's pretty much the best person in our court right now. So let's assign him, and there he is. And I think he actually gets a bit of a boost. Yeah, he gets a 10 opinion boost there for being on the council. And that's something I should mention there. Every character has this little number at their bottom of their bust there, and it shows how much they like us. This guy is kind of hovering around 0. He a little bit dislikes us, but is largely indifferent to us there. And whereas someone like this guy likes us a fair bit by 34 points. So you can hover over that and get a sense of why they like or do not like us there. And it's always a good idea for your spy master and your priest to have positive opinions of you there. It does even warn you in the text here that if your spy master doesn't like you, they can easily conceal a murder plot against you and your family. So definitely might want to get her opinion up or switch her to be someone that likes us better there. But I think this guy is fine for now as our chancellor. And oh yeah, our priest, we can't actually change him because our religion does not allow us to revoke priestly appointments there. But I've had it before where if your priest doesn't like you, they will accuse you of incest or something negative like that. So it's good that he has a good opinion of us. You can also like boost his opinion artificially there through some of these options in the I guess diplomacy screen here. But we're not gonna do that right now. So yeah, we've got a new chancellor. I'm very easily distracted if you couldn't tell before. Who's this guy? This guy is one of our family members. He is more of a martial and learning focused character. I don't think that he would make that good of a steward. He's only average at that. So let's see. This guy is very well educated at stewardship. He's also only just average though. I tend to just sort of visually scan for the colors that are associated with these council positions there. So I'm looking for some yellow colors there and a good trait or a good skill number there. So yeah, I'm not really seeing anyone that jumps out. We could definitely go with this guy, even though he's only 1 point better than the person that we already have. I don't even know if we could. We have to recruit him first, so I think we'll just leave this guy in our court. The reason we have to recruit this guy is because he's a guest. He's not actually in our court officially. He's just kind of on the peripheral, I guess, and that means we have to like pay him money to get him officially staying put. So I don't really want to waste 50 gold on doing that right now. I think this guy, we can probably leave him as our marshal. He's pretty good at that. Let's see if there's anyone else here. We do have this guy who is quite good as well, but he's actually less good at marshal than our current guy there, so we're gonna leave him as well. This lady, she's pretty good at intrigue, and I would like to get her to like us better. She's actually our aunt there, so perhaps that's for the best that we keep a family member in that important position there. Let's see if there's anyone better. Yeah, there she is. Yeah, that guy's not as good as her. Yeah, I think that guy, yeah, I think we're pretty good. I think we'll leave things as they are. We can take a look at our son and heir as well. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a great skill set here. Otherwise, I would like to put him on my council, but just a little bit too average there. And that's too bad, as he's going to be inheriting our petty kingdom from us. So perhaps it's a good segue into getting married and perhaps having more kids. If we have more kids, we might choose them as an heir rather than our somewhat disappointing son here. Poor Brian. So yeah, let's see who we can marry. The primary reason that we might want to get married would be to have children. We need to have an heir of our dynasty in order to continue playing the game. I believe the game will end if we don't have any heirs by the time we die there. You can see that we're 39 years of age right now. Our health is pretty good, so we've got some time left before we have to worry about succession, but we only have one son, and if something happens to him, of course he's not very skilled, so if he were to go into battle, he might die or get hurt or something, and then we would be in a real pickle. So marriage is a good thing to do right away for all your characters to make sure you're going to produce some heirs. As well, we are going to be conquering the island here, so we might want to get an alliance and someone around this area that we could call their troops into war join us in our war efforts there. So let's take a look at that. We can just click this button here and it brings up a whole bunch of eligible brides for us there. They're all sort of sorted automatically by relevance, which I'm not even sure how that's determined, but you could switch it as well to something like alliance power, rank, age, opinion, or even their individual skill sets there. So you can also do this one here, toggle filters, and it's got even more filters that you could change here just to find the best bride for your needs there. My, this is a lot of talking. I gotta get used to this. It's already been what? It's like half an hour maybe we've been going. All right, I gotta stretch my vocal cords here. But okay, so we need to find a wife for Burchett here. We should also find a wife for our son as well. So we'll keep that in mind there. We do have some Welsh young ladies here that could make good good marriage alliances there. You can see that we're gonna get an alliance with the Principality of Gwynedd. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but basically we would get an alliance with this guy here who has 1,500 troops to his name there. So if we marry, looks like one of his daughters there, we'll be able to call him into battle and get an extra 1,500 troops to command there. So that could be very useful in conquering the island, especially considering we only have 850 or so men for our own army there. So I think that looks like a good match for us. We just have to see, I guess, which of these ladies we want to marry there. We can marry this lady. She's also temperate, and she's got pretty good prowess, but ultimately her skills just aren't very high, so it's not going to give us any real benefit, since she's actually going to sit on our council here. You can see this seat, our spouse, is empty right now, and whoever is in this spot is going to give us a boost to our own skill set here. I think it's something like 20% or something that they're going to add to our skills. So she doesn't jump out to me because she's just not very skilled there. We can take a look at this lady here. She's definitely much more skilled. She'll give us some stewardship, diplomacy, and learning, which are all things that we aren't very good at. We can also marry her to our son as well, since she is 24 years old. She is impatient just like he is, and she's also arrogant, so they're a pretty good personality match. Yeah, I might actually go ahead and do that just to get him a wife there. And yeah, they're similar age, so let's do that. I think they'll get along nicely. Oh wait, wrong person. I don't want to marry her to me. Okay, there she is. Yeah, even she's the first option there. So we're gonna get an alliance of 1,500 men, which is superior to our own forces. Kids are gonna be born to our house, and there's a medium chance of children. I don't really know how that gets determined there, but I guess there's an average chance that they're gonna have kids. We also get some prestige out of the marriage there. Our son is getting 300 prestige based on the strength of her house, I guess? What? Oh, I guess... Oh. His dynasty. Okay, his dynasty is Carlisle, and his house is Matherval. Okay, I don't know why they're different there. But yeah, he's getting prestige from marrying into that dynasty, and she is getting a little bit less prestige from marrying into ours, but that's fine. I'm happy that we're getting the most prestige out of that, so let's go ahead and do that. Down here there's a few more options. We could make it a grand wedding if we wanted to have a big event wedding there. We do have the tours and tournaments expansion, so we could throw a big wedding. That would be its own unique event, but we're not going to do that because we don't have that much money. We can also make it a matrilineal marriage, which means that the children would be born into this lady's house instead of ours, which we definitely don't want to do. And if, let's say, they weren't going to accept, and we had a hook on this guy, we could, like, convince him to, or, like, force him, I guess, make him an offer he can't refuse there in order to make him accept this marriage. But we don't need to do that either because he's going to accept, and you can read the breakdown of why. So let's go ahead and send that out to him. What about us? We also have all of our secondary spouses as well. So Let's see, I'm gonna just see if there's any eligible ladies in our court. I forgot to do that earlier. We checked out all the potential counselors, but we didn't look at any of the women or children there. We do have just this lady, I think. She doesn't have very good stats either, so I think we'll hold off on that. Um, let's find someone for us. I don't think I want to arrange a marriage with anyone in Ireland right now because we are going to be conquering them. We don't want to make an alliance with them, since an alliance is kind of like a truce. Means basically we could be penalized for going to war with someone that we are allied to. So I'm not going to do that. Sometimes I look around manually here and see if there's any strong rulers here that I might want to make an alliance with. You can see about this guy's sister, the petty king of Sudriyar. Yeah, she doesn't have very good stats either there, so that's not gonna work. We can see, I don't think the kings of England or Ireland, or England or Scotland will allow us a marriage yet. We're not quite that powerful enough, but they don't have any eligible daughters or sisters either there. This guy. Sometimes I just like poking around to see what my options are here. We've got this lady. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, let's see again here. We've got this lady who's got pretty good stewardship there. She is a Norman cultured character there. So the Count of Evero. Oh wow, he is a very skilled martial general there. Excellent, almost even better than us actually. So that could be a good marriage that will bring in 1,200 troops for us as well. She is chaste, so she's less likely to cheat on us there. That is always a bit of a risk in Crusader Kings. Everybody likes to get a little bit frisky there. So, let's see. I think this actually would be a good marriage for us. She does have a bit of intrigue and stewardship there and prowess too. She's not very diplomatically skilled, but yeah, we can make use of her skills, and I think, and I like that her dad is gonna bring lots of lots of forces under our command there. She's 26, so she's a little bit older as well. We're 39, so we're within the famous half your age plus 7 mark there. Not that they definitely followed that in the medieval world. There's definitely quite a few age gaps in marriages during that time, but I think we're gonna go ahead and make her our wife. Unfortunately, we're not gonna get any prestige out of that because we are a polyamorous faith. That's what I was looking for. When I saw that we were monogamous under the religious view there, I was like, what's going on? There's no way. Yes, we are a polygamous faith there. It's interesting that that is part of our culture, not our religion, but we don't get any prestige there because I guess we're gonna have quite a few more spouses. She's probably not a fan of sharing us there, but her father is gonna accept, so hopefully she gets used to that over time there. I'm not gonna go searching for secondary spouses right now. I just think it's gonna take up a bit too much time, and honestly, it's just a lot. Having 4 spouses there is gonna produce like a metric ton of children. So I think we'll stick to 1 wife. And then if we get any interesting courtiers in our court, sometimes we get some interesting unmarried damsels here visiting. Maybe we can make them a secondary spouse, but I think we're pretty set to unpause the game. You can look up here as well at some of these other buttons. This current situation button is actually quite helpful in just kind of giving you a quick summary of stuff that you may have forgotten to do. This is something I always forget to do, which is setting a court physician. This is someone that's gonna look after our health and well-being. If we get sick or wounded or something like that, they can step in and assist us there, perhaps help us feel better. So I think it makes sense that we make our bishop our physician there. He's got pretty good learning. He's got an average aptitude there, and pretty much everyone else is poor or terrible at the job. So let's give it to him there. And then here's something I forgot to mention on our character. This is our lifestyle focus, and I have another video on the channel going over the diplomacy lifestyle and why I really like to use it for Merchad there. But based on his existing military skills there, he's already gone down the martial lifestyle and chosen the strategist focus there. I wonder if he does that every single time. I thought it was perhaps randomized, but basically he's of middle age, so the AI automatically chooses a lifestyle focus for him. This is really just sort of what we want to focus our reign on there, and he clearly wants to focus on military matters. So I think this is good that he's already gone down this tree. I don't think I need to continue that there. I've said before, and I'll stand by it, I love using the diplomacy lifestyle with Merchant there, especially this diplomat tree. It's gonna give us some really useful perks. So I think what I'm gonna do is do the majesty focus. After all, we are trying to make ourselves a king there, so let's do that. It's gonna give us an extra diplomacy, which we rather desperately need there, and one more prestige per month. Okay, so now that should be everything for our character. We've got a marriage hopefully about to proceed there for ourselves and our son. And I think we can finally unpause the game. I know that's kind of a lot. We did a lot without even unpausing, but that's just part of this game. There's a lot of information and stuff to kind of set up before you even unpause, and it's nice that we don't have to manage that all in real time. We can just get that all handled before hitting start there. So let's go ahead and unpause. I'm gonna keep it on speed 3. I think I might switch to speed 4. I'm not very I don't have the best reaction time there, so I usually play on a bit slower speed. Alright, so the amicable petty king merchant, a monster, I accept your marriage proposal. You'll be joined by daughter, go to child in holy matrimony. Marry union bring happiness and fulfillment. So yeah, we are now married. We have a wife there, and well, somebody got imprisoned. I don't know what's happening there. Yeah, what? Who even is this? Someone from the county of Oriel imprisoned our courtier. I don't even know how that happened. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore that. He's actually not a bad courtier there. I don't know what kind of trouble he got himself into there, but we are now married. This lady is now our wife. So if we go over to our council, there she is. She's on our council now. She's defaulting to just assisting us, so it's just kind of taking a base average of her stats, I guess, and adding to our own there. You can see we got an extra martial point there. Looks like our stewardship and intrigue also went up there a little bit. But yeah, I guess we could go with that. I could also give her a specific job. I might put her towards stewardship, just because I want as much gold as possible for when we go to war and form our kingdom. So we can switch her to manage domain. That's the stewardship focus. We're gonna get 5 points from that, so I think that's pretty good. We'll do that. And there you go, we brought our stewardship all the way up to good, when I think it was average or poor before, so it's pretty useful. And okay, so this guy is the Welsh petty king there. He is accepting the marriage between our son and his daughter, Gwenllian. So that's good. We're both married there, and hopefully we might have some children there. I may actually hold a feast there. I mean, we are temperate. We're not someone that's gonna be greedy or gluttonous, but we both we got married, myself and my son, and holding a feast is gonna get us some prestige as well. So maybe we'll do that before we set off to war there. Assuming we have enough money, which I think we do. So this is the activities tab, this green goblet there. This is part of the tours and tournaments expansion. I'm not sure if the interface is the same for the free patch. So if you didn't have the expansion but just had the most up-to-date version of the game, I don't know if this is still like this. It used to be under the decision tab there, but tours and tournaments put it under the activity area there. So that's how it looks like for me. You might also check the decision tab there if it looks different for you. It used to say hold a feast down in here, but we're gonna do this for now. And we're gonna hold it in our capital. We have all these options to get a caravan master, to have an honorary guest. I guess we could make our honorary guest. No, we don't want it to be our vassal. I wonder if the Welsh guy will come to our feast. Doesn't look like it. Sorry about that. Just fixing something there. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have an honorary guest. We're just gonna throw a feast there. I'm not gonna make a caravan master. We're not going anywhere. This is the whole like travel mechanic that also was part of tours and tournaments. It's the touring part of the tours and tournaments. And again, I'm not sure if it looks like this if you just have the free patch. I believe traveling was part of the free patch, but basically you can see your character moving around on the map there. But we're not going anywhere. We're just going to be in our capital, so there's not too much to see there. We can set our intent. We can just focus on recreation, partying, and stress loss. Or we can try to murder, seduce, or befriend someone. I don't think we're gonna do that. We're just gonna have some fun. We just got married there, and then we're gonna turn our focus to war after that. So let's start our feast there. Oh, never mind. I'm like, why it's a pause? The servants run across the hall, bringing the final decorations. Some of the guests are yet to arrive, and I indulge myself with a delicious drink by the fire. Oh, I seem to have spotted some roast swan. So we've already got 35 prestige. We're just looking forward to our roast swan there, and for all of our guests to arrive. So with my marriage to Betty Queen and goated child, the royal expects us to throw a suitably extravagant wedding celebration. It is well within my right to collect a royal aid duty as part of this, but some may consider it tasteless to levy an extra tax during a time of jubilation. So maybe we're looking to collect some taxes and, fund our feast that we're having there. So I could collect it, gain 75 gold, Or I could say that my subjects will enjoy the festivities without worry or care. Yeah, I am impatient. I am wrathful, so I've got temper. I am also temperate, so I enjoy things in moderation. I think I'm gonna collect it. I think that just seems like something I would do there, and I've only got 30 gold, so I need the money, I think. Okay, so the guests are gathered in the Great Hall, lords and ladies from near and far reaches of the realm. The moon is bright and spirits are high as the feast begins. Welcome, friends. Is there nothing more jovial than a good feast? Guests throng to and fro, eating and chatting, while flickering torchlight plays off every wall, light bouncing like laughter around the hall. I can be something of a victim of epilepsy at times, but here now, I'm calm, perhaps even sedate. A change of pace is pleasant. Sometimes it's nice to simply sit back and enjoy the little things in life. So yeah, I can be impatient, I can be a little bit grumpy sometimes, but I'm enjoying myself here at the feast. And I have some options here. I can lose a whole bunch of stress. I can gain a bit of opinion boost with everyone who has at least one trait in common with me, or I can gain 75 prestige. So I think I want the prestige, a chance to be seen with the great and the good. I do fancy myself a king there, so let's do that. Oh dear, what? Oh no, my son's wife. So as plate after plate of food is brought into the great hall, an unmistakable smell reaches me and I smile. That my arrogant daughter-in-law Gwenllian is sensitive to almond is something I sadly forgot to tell the cook. I bid you all welcome and I pray you find the food to your liking. I mean, we barely just met this lady. Maybe we didn't know that she was allergic to almonds there. Especially you, so I can form a rivalry with her. I don't know about that, I just met her. Or I can save her and get some prestige and a weak hook on her. So yeah, let's do that. Let's save her. And we've got a hook on her there. She's not a fan of us there. Mostly due to cultural acceptance. I guess Welsh culture is too different from Irish culture, and she's just newly arrived, so she's a little bit homesick maybe. So after eating next to each other for a while, I must have said something particularly intelligent because Selican complimented me on how clever I was. In response, I smile intelligently back at my fellow scholar before I get occupied with the grease running down my chin. I do say some clever things at times. So we get scholarly confidence. Wow, so we're a little bit arrogant. We're gonna lose learning and lose stress as well because we're just kind of living in ignorance is bliss there. And our priest is gonna lose 10 opinion of us because just kind of thinks that we're full of it. Unfortunately we don't have a choice there, that's just how it's gonna be. Oh, what's happening now? What? My son's wife was killed. What is this guy doing? What? As I stumble inside to relieve myself, while you're shooting around the corner, I turn to see my kingsman Tag sneer as he sees his blade into the face of cowering Gwenllian. Whatever sound I make must have been enough, for a Tag turns towards me, surprise on his face. What have you done? Oh my gosh. Everyone will know of your crime. My silence has a price. What? No way. Like, I am wrathful. Like, I just arranged that marriage. It was a good alliance for us. What the heck is this guy doing? Yeah, what have you done? Oh my gosh. So there goes our alliance. Where's this guy? Oh, where did he go? Yeah, this little... Oh man, get in my dungeon. What? I can't imprison him? Oh my. Expose a secret. Yeah, I mean... I don't want to keep this guy around. I'm angry. Yes, I exposed that he murdered my son's bride on their wedding... at their wedding feast. Good grief. Okay, so... Now can we... How do we not have a chance to imprison him? Okay, so was I supposed to get the hook on him and then try to imprison him? Personality. Yeah, no. Well, of course, personality. He's committed a crime. He is a murderer. Get in my jail. We can make our spy master support our schemes. So sometimes that will give a little bit of a buff to someone imprisoning someone there, but that I'm very frustrated. What the heck? I can't believe that happened. I threw the feast to get some prestige there, and already one of my alliances is shut. And this guy is being a little jerk and will not get in my dungeon. Denounce. Yeah, I'm denouncing this guy. He is of my house as well. So... I wonder if that helps. Oh. No, that reduced the chance of success, but I could do this. Punish criminal. Challenge a criminal to a duel to enforce their punishment if you win. Oh, that's a result of me being wrathful there. What happens there? Okay, so I don't have very good prowess. I don't think that's a good thing. I don't want to duel him. He's gonna kill me too. Yeah, let's have at least some happiness on this dark day there. Okay, so what a disaster there. I can't believe that guy won't even... I can't just unilaterally imprison him. Oh, and this... Okay, this guy's become my rival now. What the heck? I didn't do anything to you, dude. Where does it say? Okay. A house feud broke out between my house and this guy's house because his daughter was murdered by my little shit of a cousin or something. I hope I can mend that somehow, because this guy, look at his troops. He has double the troops of us. This is not off to a good start here. A few candles survive after the last of the guests have left. Good, I'm glad this is over. What a disaster. I can hear a pair of servants letting out sighs of relief after the doors close. The food is still warm on the ceramic plates. Soon word will reach everyone of the realm, and every noble worth their salt will know that my magnificence is unparalleled. With my guests leaving my castle, the entire contents of my vast pantry in their bellies, I'm proud to say that the feast was a success. Nevertheless, I'm glad that the endeavor is over for now. I'm not sure that I would say that, given that our son's bride was murdered and a house feud has broken out. But I guess we've established that we're a little bit full of ourselves there, so we think that everything is just going great right now. Hey, hi. Thanks for joining the stream there. Yeah, so the feast is over, and yeah, let's just get that done with. I'm a little bit thrown here, because I'm like, what are we gonna do now? We had an alliance with Gwynedd there, and we lost it because his poor daughter was murdered at my feast. I exposed the murder, thinking that would help to get the criminal in my dungeon. It made it worse, and a house feud has now broken out. So I do hope I can mend fences with this guy, because if he attacks us, we're in a little bit of a pickle. And now we have to find a new wife for our son here. have I played the Lord of the Rings mod? No, I actually have not. I have played some Game of Thrones. I'm quite fond of that one there, but I haven't played the Lord of the Rings one. I don't really know as much about Lord of the Rings as I do about Game of Thrones there, but I think, yeah, there's quite a lot of total conversion mods that are quite good for pretty much every kind of universe that you might enjoy there. Okay, so unfortunately we can't marry our son to someone from another universe. We are stuck here in our current situation there. We do have... Who's this lady? Another Welsh girl. She's probably not gonna want to come over here now that she heard what happened at the last wedding feast. She is impatient and brave, as is our son, or at least he is impatient. I don't know that I really like her skill set, though. Man, that is too bad, because that was such a good, match for him. Oh, who's this girl? Stella Carrick. Oh, look at her. Look at her stats. She is, impatient and diligent. She's also shrewd. Look at, she gets a buff of 2 to, like, almost all of her skills there. She's only 21 years of old, 21 years of age there. She's a courtier, so she's not landed or related to anyone that landed there, but that would make a great addition to our court, I think. I think you have to try that out there, and the King of Scotland will allow it by 1 point. He will accept. Whoa, why am I toggling stuff there? Okay, so yeah, let's do that. So our poor son has suffered a terrible loss, but don't worry, we got wife number 2 on the way here. So your son and heir, Brian, and my acquaintance Stella will be joined in holy matrimony. Okay, may St. Bridget bless their union. Yes, indeed. Let's hope no one kills her at the feast this time. I'm not throwing another feast. There's a cooldown, thank goodness. So I actually thought about making her my spy master, but she doesn't like me very much. It's because she's ambitious. What's this? Strong kinship. Oh, I don't even know. Oh, it's a cultural tradition, so she's Scottish. Okay, so I guess some of her cultural traditions are clashing with our own Irish culture there. Hopefully she comes around. Perhaps she will become fond of Brian. She would make a great spy master there, but we've already got a pretty good one in our aunt. She's 77 years old though, so I worry about her dying there. Oh yeah, there's definitely the Crusader Kings 2 mod for Game of Thrones. It's also very, very fun. I do like the 3D portraits, I guess. I just think it's fun to see the characters rather than just have the little portrait from Crusader Kings 2. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've enjoyed the CK3 version. Sometimes I get a little bit bored of it, I guess, because maybe things go... It's mostly entertaining when things go off the rails, and if it stays too in line with the books or something, it can get a little bit boring. So usually, my preferred way to play is to just do a random generated character playthrough of just the base game with the expansions, because there's some mods that can do some pretty crazy randomizations and just makes every playthrough a little bit different there. But definitely a lot of good mods to check out. I'm not using too many mods in this playthrough. I think I'm just using the bigger barbershop mod there, so just have a bit more functionality. And once we go to battle, I have this bigger battles mod that I also am really excited about. But other than that, we're just playing with those 2 mods, so fairly standard playthrough here. I just thought since it's focusing on new players and stuff, I wouldn't go too crazy with the mods there. Okay, so I think we're a bit more settled now. We've got everybody married off. We don't have as good alliances that we did before. I really wanted to have 1,600 men, but unfortunately, fate intervened there. I think probably our next course of action is, if we click on our title here, Petty Kingdom of Munster, we've got this one county. These counties here are all inside our realm. These are the ones that we hold ourselves. And this one, though, is outside of our realm. It's held by this random guy all on his own. And so we want to probably bring that under our domain there. And honestly, this guy is terrible. Like, sometimes if these guys have good stats, I might consider vassalizing this guy, but he is just awful. There's definitely no counselor that I can make out of him. So I was gonna go on this whole spiel about how you can take the land for yourself or you can vassalize him, and he's just not good enough to be a vassal. I don't think he's got terrible stats there, so I think we're gonna try to take this land for ourselves. If we click on, sorry, I'll explain that a bit better there. If we get right click on him, we get all these options of basically how to interact with him. And the first one here is declare war. So if we do that, these are the types of wars that we could go on. We could seize the Petty Kingdom of Munster. I think that's just seizing the county of his that we don't have. Or we could seize the Earldom of Desmond. Let's see what makes that different. I think it's basically going to come out the same. Okay, so seizing the Earldom makes him our vassal. And I think seizing the Petty Kingdom... oh, it's the same. Okay, so either way he becomes our vassal. I thought we could take the land for ourselves, which is a bit different. I didn't know he automatically would become our vassal there. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. Good grief. I just don't... I guess we could revoke the land from him after the fact. We could also make our bishop here fabricate a claim on Desmond, which would get that land for ourselves instead of vassalizing him. Just so confusing because I have played this game. I played as Merchad rather very early when the game launched there, and I swear it played a bit differently. But I guess several years down the line here, they may have made Paradox may have made some tweaks there. So now I'm not sure what to do. I want this land, but I just don't like this guy. If I set my bishop to get an unpressed claim, it's gonna cost me 80 gold, I think, which I don't know that I want to spend. So I guess we'll have to just go to war, make this guy our vassal. He is a homosexual there. You can see that the little female symbols next to or underneath his name there, which is unfortunately shunned by our religion there. I don't think, actually it's not criminal, so I don't think we can imprison him. I was thinking, hey, maybe we could imprison him from that. These behaviors may be considered criminal. If they're caught, they'll lose a level of devotion. Okay, so we can't imprison him for that reason either. So yeah, I'll have to think about what to do. I think we are gonna go to war though. I don't want to delay that, so I just really thought these options were different, and it doesn't look like they are at all there. We still get the same options either way, so yeah, I guess we're gonna seize the Petty Kingdom of Munster. That's our land that he holds, and we're gonna declare war. You can see up here just by way of explaining, this is the men that we have. This is the men that he has. And you can see we heavily outnumber him there. As shown by this kind of blue bar that's heavily in our favor there. It's blue. If it was red, it would mean that he outnumbered us. And this is the amount of money that we have as well. We want to make sure we have enough money and don't go into debt before we go into war. And this is the list of our allies. We only have the one ally, the Count of Evro, our father-in-law. We did have another ally as well, but unfortunately that alliance ended just a few minutes ago when our daughter-in-law was murdered at her own wedding feast there. So what a crazy time. But yeah, so all metrics are pointing in our favor there. He has no allies at all. He has a little bit more money than us, but I really think we can take him with the troops that we have, and we can call in our father-in-law as well. So for the cost of 50 prestige there, which we definitely have, that's our prestige up here, we're going to declare war. Okay, so we've got this little like flag here that denotes where our armies are going to muster. So we can change that. This is our military screen, the red shield here. If we click that, maybe I'll just explain this a little bit as the war music is blaring there. So this is our total soldiers, 853. And you can see the breakdown of what makes that up. We have some pikemen and armored footmen, a few knights, and 550 or so levies. So your levies, they're pretty much just people with pitchforks in this game. They're basically your grunt soldiers that aren't very special at all. And then you've got your men-at-arms down here, which are specialized soldiers. So these guys are pikemen. You can kind of hover over that and read about what they do. There's kind of a bit of a rock, paper, scissors thing going on here where you've got a specific type, spearmen, and it goes on to say that they usually counter cavalry units and are countered by heavy infantry. So horses are beaten by spearmen, and heavy infantry beat spearmen there. There's also some terrain buffs and things like that, so you can read all about that. And ultimately we're sitting right now with pikemen and armored footmen there. I wonder what his army looks like. We can click him there and hover over. He's really just got some pikemen there, so as we saw, heavy infantry is gonna counter pikemen well, so we've got armored footmen that should take care of his pikemen there. So yeah, we're matched up well to counter his units. We can also grab mercenaries under this tab if we needed to bolster our army further, but we're not going to do that. And we have our knights over here, which is our individual fighters. I haven't really gone over them or who they are. You can see here, this is their prowess, their individual battle prowess on the field there, which we are not very good at, so we're probably not going to put ourselves in the fray there, but these guys are much better at fighting than we are. You can scroll down, so usually at the bottom is people that could be made knights, but they're just not really good enough. These guys are about as skilled as we are, so they're not currently knights. They're kind of grayed out. Our weakest knight has 9 prowess there, so I think that's pretty good. I think we're in a good spot there in terms of all that. And then at the bottom here, this is the flag that I mentioned earlier, which is the rally point, which is where the armies are gonna muster up. So we could add another one and put it somewhere else, but I'm not gonna do that because we're gonna muster basically right on his doorstep there. And we can click either here, or we could click this big red button here, raise all armies. And unpause the game, and they sort of slowly muster up there in a couple of seconds. So, do we want to call in our father-in-law? I actually don't think that we're going to. He does have half the men that we do. I think we can take him on ourselves there. So, right now, we are leading the army, which, as I mentioned, I'm a little bit worried about because we don't have very good prowess there. So, let's change that up and put someone else in charge. Put our who's this? Our nephew in charge there, and yeah, let's unpause. I'll wait to see what he does with his army, and then we can move in as well. And he's mustered up there, so sometimes I avoid charging in right away, just in case they start moving around or something. You can right click where it is that you want to send the army, and you can see they're going to travel there. There's this little button here that's telling you how it's likely to go. You can hover over that. It says that we're pretty much guaranteed to win because we have all these green things happening. We have a better commander, more traits, more soldiers, higher quality men. We've got that counter, which is our heavy infantry are gonna beat his spearmen. So it's looking very good. The only thing they have going for them is defending in wetlands. So we're basically marching into a swamp, which might give us a little bit of trouble there, but everything else is so heavily in our favor that we're probably going to win. So let's pause the game there and march into his capital, I believe. We've been interrupted there by Prince Bledin. This is this poor guy whose daughter was murdered at the feast. Honestly, I really want to imprison her murderer. I'm very unhappy with him. I have denounced him. And basically, he just refuses to be imprisoned, which I can't believe is even possible. Perhaps when we are the king, we can rectify that. It looks like he had a good time at the feast. He's an eager reveler there, despite murdering someone. So I wish I could tell this guy, like, listen, I'll do everything in my power to bring her murderer to justice, but that's not really a mechanic in the game. So the feeling is definitely not mutual. It's not really childish. He has good reason, but I just don't I don't want him to become my nemesis. That seems not what I want. So I'll say it's childish. Perhaps he's not listening. Okay, so this is the bigger battles mod. I think this is so cool. It just makes the battle screen, which is normally a little small screen at the bottom of the map there, it makes it much bigger. And in my opinion, it's just so much easier to see what the heck is going on. So we've got our different flanks here. These are our levies, our pitchfork guys. These are our spearmen, our pikemen, and these are the armored footmen, which you can see are highlighted in green. It says they're effectively countering his pikemen. So that's looking very good. And then we've got our knights down here. These are our 6 knights. He's only got 5 of them. We're both operating at pretty much peak effectiveness there, but we've just got more of them. And ultimately, that's all kind of flowing up into this stuff here. We've got advantage of 1 currently, so yeah, really he's defending in wetlands, which is giving him sort of a bit of a boost of 5 there, but otherwise we pretty much got everything going for us there. So I don't know, I really like seeing this in the bigger screen there, and you can see that we're pretty much handling their levies very easily and taking a chunk out of their pikemen as well. And this battle is really going all in our favor. So yeah, after a battle is over, we can take a look at this green little button that says victory. And it just gives us a bit of a summary of how the battle went. We won so handily that the game calls it a slaughter. The slaughter at Desmond there. So we had double his troops to start with, and we killed about 100. Oh wait, sorry, we had double his troops. We killed about 175 of his men. We lost only 100 of ours. So we still heavily outnumber him. Surviving troops outnumber him by like more than 3 times there. So we're really in good shape. And if we click the details there, it just breaks down just by flank how each flank did. And you can sort of separate it by the main phase, the pursuit phase. You can also look at our knights and you can see how many kills they got there. So this guy, our main commander, got 13 kills all by himself. Their main commander got 19, so he must be a pretty good warrior there. And they're pretty evenly matched. I guess he just got a bit lucky there. And everyone else just kind of chimed in with about 10 kills of their own. Some poor guy called Tag got killed. It's not the Tag that I know, that I want to die in battle, preferably. You know, maybe I should force him to be a knight, actually. That's something you can do. Can we do that? Yes, we can. There he is. We can force him to serve in our armed forces there. So perhaps that will speed along his death. If he's going to be killing people at feasts, perhaps he can regain some honor by serving in battle there. So okay, now I feel a little bit better. Perhaps we can bring that news over to Prince Blenheim there, who's still very angry at us, but we can at least say that we're trying to get rid of his daughter's murderer there. Okay, so right now we are parked in his capital. We're starting to siege it down. You can see we got this little, like, spear symbol here. If we click that, it's the siege of Tralee. And it's just showing the progress of how long that is gonna take. This thing here, I think this is sort of like the amount of the fort level there and the men that are guarding the castle. So the fort level is 2, and there's 250 soldiers sort of guarding things. And we've got like 752 of them. So we outnumber them by quite a lot. We should be able to siege the castle down. If we only had like also 250 men, then maybe the game would determine that we don't have enough men to storm the castle, and the siege would not be able to proceed. So we're in a good spot having like double or triple the amount of soldiers there. And every 20 days there's going to be an event that might fire that may speed up or slow down the siege, but generally daily progress will be 1.3 ticks of this chart there per day, all the way to 250, the number of men guarding the castle there. So we will proceed with that. I'm going to turn it to speed 4 just to move that along there. You may be regrouping to come back and attack us there. The AI does this a lot, where they just sort of hammer themselves against your army, despite being heavily outnumbered there. But if he wants to, you know, die, I will stand proudly in battle here. So we are doing well once again. It looks like we're taking care of their pikemen and levies very easily. We don't really have much advantage, but we're still, I think our flanks are just effectively working together there. So That was another easy battle, and we're already at 58% war score here. Hopefully when we get this siege done and dusted, we can claim 100%. So there's Hunter causing a ruckus at a local tavern. He's been sending large amounts of gold and bragging loudly about the deal he has struck with the fancy lady in pearls and silk. Apparently he drew a map of the local wetlands for an unknown noble woman. The spies think the lady must be scheming against me or one of my subjects. That's weird. I was thinking maybe it was Prince Blood in there coming after me in the marsh here, but yeah, I'm not gonna send this guy to the dungeon. I mean, I am wrathful, but I don't really know what good that would do. I don't really want him in my court. I'm just gonna say thank you for bringing this to my attention. I'll become more vigilant and get an extra intrigue and scheme resistance there. So back to our siege. I think he's coming around for round 3 there. Again, I don't know why they do this, but they do frequently. So we're now heavily outnumbered him, and this battle is just going as expected there. So minimal that it didn't even move the needle on the war score, but we did capture this guy. And Mayor, we have captured him. He is maimed, so he's been very badly injured and captured by our forces there. We may be able to ransom him. He's got a bit of gold there. So if we right click him, we can go down here. And we can ransom him for $30, 30 gold. Rather, let's go ahead and do that. And okay, yeah, so he's out of our dungeon now, and we got 30 gold out of that endeavor, so I'm happy about that. Oh, what's going on with my bishop here? The insular world was appalled to learn that my bishop, Kelican, has been keeping a list of all who've wronged him, detailing the numerous ways he plans to get back at them and satisfy his lust for revenge. While scandals among the clergy are nothing new, it is disquieting for one to occur so close to home. So this guy is vengeful. Despite being content and calm, he is making a list of people that he wants revenge against, rather like Arya Stark there. Not really a very priestly thing to do, so condemn him for his transgressions. I could gain some piety from that, and he will lose 30 opinion of me. He's already only got 26, so he'll stop supporting me. I could defend him at risk to myself, which I don't think I want to do. Or I could just stay quiet. I do get some stress by that, but I mean, I am wrathful and impatient myself, so maybe I can understand where this guy is coming from. I think I will just what do I want to do here? I think I'll just stay quiet about it. I don't think it concerns me. I've got a war going on here. And now we're back to our siege, which is almost over very fast. So yeah, we definitely didn't need to call our father-in-law in. And there we go. We took a bunch of children captive there. Actually, this is his... Oh, I thought it was his heir, but yeah, we took one of his sons captive. So that's it. The war is over. He's gonna surrender there. You can click that little shield with the 100%, and it brings up this screen. And it's already just automatically gonna end the war. You can read this stuff. It's just for saying what's gonna happen now that the war is gonna end. And we just click enforce demands. Again, it just kind of explains what happened. He became our vassal. We got some prestige and fame. And he just sort of, this is his notice of surrender there, so be it. And now, Munster has expanded to include that land. It's now fully under our control. If we click the title there, all of the titles are within our realm. So that is perfect. Oh, and I didn't even notice our wife is pregnant, so how lovely. We're going to have a new child. Our son is still working on winning over his wife there. She's slowly liking me a little bit better there. So that's pretty much the first objective for Merchant, is to unify Munster. Where we go from here is a little bit more open-ended, and normally that's what I want the prestige for. We haven't really gained very much, but ultimately I want to go down the diplomat tree and end up with this perk here, forced vassalage, because we can basically force neighboring rulers of a lower rank than us to bend the knee and become part of our domain. Kind of like we did to this guy here, but these guys are outside of Munster, so it's not that easy for us to do as it was this guy. But with the force vassalization perk, we can vassalize these guys as well, and they're actually much more skilled than this guy was, for sure. So I really do want people with this amount of skills in my court, serving on my council, perhaps. Yeah, all these guys are very well skilled. Perhaps not this guy, but he's also our nephew, so we don't really want to war against our nephew. We could go against Connaught here, but even he does not seem to be a bad guy. He's pretty trusting and forgiving. Yeah, there's really no villains that I can see here, so I guess we could just rush prestige. I know that's not very exciting, is it? Because really the only other option is to have our bishop fabricate claims on these counties, so we can have him, draft up some documents, saying that I, Merjad, am the rightful owner of Ossory or Leinster, things like that. But it is going to cost us 80 gold each time, so I don't really want to waste my gold doing that. I prefer to establish my authority diplomatically there and go down that track. Yeah, I guess we could just leave it on speed 4 and see what happens. We are going to welcome a child shortly. I wonder if we've got anyone else skilled in our court here. Not really. Like, usually any new arrivals will show at the top here, so we're not really got anybody new to talk about. Could try going to war against the guys up here, but they're pretty far away. What about these guys? This guy is lazy. He's got 900 men. He's already at war with these guys. Morgan. So, yeah, let's leave it on speed 4 and try to crank up our diplomacy there and vassalize these guys. Maybe there will be some deaths or something. I don't know. Everyone's still pretty... This guy's 72, so he's gonna die soon. Oh, so his son already owns Dublin, so his realm is gonna get unified, I think. So this guy, Leinster, Dublin is going to inherit Leinster, so these two realms are going to be combined into one. So we can wait until this guy dies, and then declare war on just the one guy, and then we get 2 counties for the cost of 1 war there. So that is what I think we'll do. We've got Ossory here on its own. That's fine, and Athlone here. This guy's got crazy good learning. He's also our cousin, so maybe we can see... We can right-click these guys and check out this here, offer vassalage. And it kind of tells you if they would accept our superiority, I guess, without us having to threaten them or anything like that. And they're probably not going to, because right now they don't believe that we are their rightful liege. We're not a king yet, so we can't really force anyone to bend the knee until we get that perk here. So yeah, I don't think we have much of a choice right now. I think we're just gonna have to do speed 4 and see what happens. Hopefully we'll get some events or something to satisfy us in the meantime, and we'll focus on our diplomacy there. So my vassal, oh yes, our new vassal, who really doesn't like us very much at all, did his son die in battle? Oh man, he did. This poor guy lost his heir in battle there, so I can see why he's not too happy with us. So challenges no longer go unnoticed among my vassal. He's testing my limits. The others are sure to follow, unless I give him a taste of his own medicine. Okay, so he's like bothering us somehow, and we can choose how to deal with it here. So we can mock his unrestrained emotions there. He is wrathful, so perhaps that is something that will upset him there. Let's do that. Okay, so we gained a hook on this guy. And this is what I was saying before about we can use this to kind of force him to do what we want, perhaps. Yeah, my constant snide remarks have gotten to him. Since the others began to follow my example, he's grown more and more hesitant. Now he remains quiet with his eyes cast down low. He will think twice before challenging me again. So, yes, a hook here is something that we could use to do certain things, like we could demand a hostage from him, we could arrange a marriage, and let's say, I don't know, we don't have any daughters there, so we could force him to accept a marriage if there's someone eligible. They could imprison him, but it wouldn't really make a dent, clearly. Yeah, there's different stuff that we could do. We could revoke his title, but we need to have a limited crown authority or better. So let's actually do that. We can go to our crown authority and the crown symbol here, and we can see our crown authority here. Right now, it is the lowest number there, autonomous vassals, so really doesn't do anything. They provide us levies and taxes, but are otherwise free to do as they wish. Versus level 2 reduces their opinion of us, but we can revoke their titles or retract vassalage. We can change between available succession laws as well. So yeah, let's do this now that we have unified Munster. It's gonna cost 150 prestige, which is really nothing. And now we could potentially oh, we can't revoke his title because we have a truce with him. Yeah, because we went to war with him. So under our character here again, we can see our diplomacy area here. This is our alliance with our father-in-law. And then we have this truce that's gonna last for 5 years. So every time you go to war with another character, no matter how it ends, you're gonna end up with a truce. So we can't really mess with him now for 5 years. I guess that's just the way it goes in feudal medieval society there. They do have some standards there that they're not willing to break. We are not Freys who stab people at feasts and break all of our laws and conventions here. We are civilized people there, so he's gonna be able to sit tight for a little while longer, but once that 5 years is up, we can revoke his title thanks to that hook that we gained on him. And so our vassal is creating a faction against us. Oh yeah, this guy. We kicked him off the council and he's none too pleased with us. He is the Count of Ormond there, so really we only hold these 2 counties. This guy is a vassal and now this guy is a vassal, and neither of them are very good, frankly. So you know what, maybe we want him to rebel against us and we could potentially imprison him and take his title there. We can see factions over here, factions against us, and this is sort of the threshold of power there. I think it has to do with how much men this guy has versus us. So yeah, he's very close to matching our power level, at least for now. And so he's very close to be able to fire that faction. But right now he's just slightly too weak to do anything about that. And yeah, I'm not too worried, because if he actually rises against us, we can imprison and then revoke his title. We can actually do that right now, but as it says, this is an act of tyranny, so it will cause our subjects to lose 20 opinion of us, and the cultural acceptance of Norwegians and Irish will decrease. So, I mean, we are wrathful and impatient. Perhaps we would just revoke his title now, rather than wait for him to do a faction against us. Yeah, I'm actually strongly considering doing that. He will not accept, so he would rise in rebellion with the other disgruntled vassals. Probably this guy. Probably the guy whose land we just took over here. So yeah, that might be something we could do to fill the time. We only have right now 2 out of our 5 holdings, so we definitely have room for more. This guy is clearly scheming against us, so I honestly, yeah, I think I might just say screw it and revoke his title. He's not of our culture or religion, so it doesn't really make sense that he's even over here. And what's gonna happen? Let's find out. Let's find out. Oh, I should slow this down. Yeah, your wisdom and mercy are legendary. What? Okay. Seems that there's no recourse for our dispute other than to settle it on the battlefield. Rally the troops. I like that he at least complimented us before declaring war upon us there. So let's do that. And we'll leave our mustering grounds right there again. We'll raise our armies. Oh, I thought we had more troops than that. Maybe this was a bad idea. He's coming right for us. We're basically have the same amount of troops. Should we call our father-in-law for help? Let's see if he plans to beat us here. Yeah, it's a bit of a stalemate right now. So let's call in our ally, our father-in-law. It's a little bit much to call him in. I guess we could see about mercs. I didn't think about that. Yeah, we don't have enough money for any mercenaries right now. So, what would happen if we fought him here. Oh, we would totally win. Yeah, we're totally set to defeat him. We're marching into the plains. What kind of army does he have? Oh, all he has is bowmen. And cavalry. Okay, so we don't have any cavalry. What's this? Oh, spearmen. Yeah, so we're gonna counter his spearmen. The bowmen, I'm not too worried about those. We could try to muster some horses here, light horsemen, for 85 gold. I don't really want to spend that. We need a lot of money to form Ireland, so I try to conserve as much money as I can. Okay, we are impatient, so let's just do it. Let's march against him right now. And yeah, once again, my new favorite mod here. We're slightly undermatched there. We're at -2 advantage right now. We've got 6 knights, he's got 5. We're both operating at peak effectiveness here. Our armored footmen are countering, yeah, they're countering the Bondi there. And otherwise, both of our levies are taking the same amount of losses there. So hopefully we can pull this off here. It looks like we're going to. We're defeating their levy flank and their Bondi flank. And their bowmen, come to think of it. And we did it. So, oh yes, did this guy die? Oh, he was killed in battle, yes! So our treacherous kinsman, who killed my, oh, it doesn't say, but he killed, this guy's daughter, Prince Bledden's daughter, he killed her at their wedding feast of all things. I forced him to become our knight in an effort to regain his honor there because he refused to be imprisoned by me, and he was such a terrible knight that he predictably was killed in battle by an aspiring blades master there. So that is very, very good news. I'm very glad to see the end of him. Hopefully we can patch things up with Prince Bledden there. His poor daughter has been avenged. But we took care of that army there. That was faster than I thought. Already at 20% war score, so we're going to head right for their capital there in 7 months. Hopefully we can get this done. Oh, but they are doing the same thing to us and have parked themselves in this here, so perhaps we just turn around and head home there. For now, yeah, we're predicted to win very, very easily, so I don't want to risk losing any land there. So, oopsie, something I missed up there. I didn't click that fast enough. Somebody was trying to send us a message, and I didn't, I sped it up without noticing there. So, yeah, we're looking good once again, taking care of the Bondi, levies, and bowmen. Nothing really of note there. And now we're at 40% war score, so his army's fleeing. And we can return once again to his capital there. Oh, and I've given birth to a son. Malenfred. Malenfred? Yeah, I don't know how to say that, but I'll leave it. I could change it. A good Irish name. I figure this must be a good Irish name. Little blonde son there. So May you grow strong and wise, my son. So now we got a spare heir to go with Brian here. He's like 20 years older than his new sibling. We're fighting in their capital again, and very easy. Once again, looks like we took out one of their knights there. I could go into details there, but nothing really that we want to know. I guess maybe we could check out, which one was the one where our guy got killed? I don't remember, but one of these, yeah, Tag was killed there, so it shows that there. And wow, did we capture all these people as well? Oh yeah, we've got quite a lot of prisoners in the jail that we might be able to ransom or something. Yeah, well, let's bring these guys to our court, actually. Negotiate release. This guy's very good at stewardship, so we can actually ask him to join us instead. We can recruit him under negotiate release there, so let's do that. Yeah, this guy's not as good. He's wounded as well. This guy doesn't really give us anything that we don't already have. And this guy is sadistic and deceitful, so I don't think I want to let him out. So at least we got a good steward out of that, though. Because our current steward has caused excessive tariffs and a smuggling ring to form, so that is not what we need at all. So this guy is Sumer Lady? I don't even know what that symbol is. Looks like a D to me. Sumerloid? I'm not sure, but he's our new steward there. 17 is much better than 9. Doesn't like us very much, but hopefully that will change over time. He has been forcibly recruited there, so that is a positive step. So you can see this guy's trying to siege us down, but he doesn't have enough men. He's trying to siege down the castle with 189 men, even though there's 300 of them garrisoned in the castle, so it's not even letting the siege proceed there. It's just standing there, basically. I don't know why he is doing that, but he is. Oh no, and we lost. Oh, we lost our other alliance. I wonder if this guy will ally with us. Our brother-in-law, our father-in-law passed away. Probably not. He doesn't like us because he's zealous, and we are, of course, somewhat paganized here, despite being Christian. So that's unfortunate. He is a great general and a great warrior here. I wish we could get to know each other better, but yeah, he will not accept by 116 points there, so that's too bad. Perhaps our wife could intercede on our behalf there and get to know each other a little bit better. But for now, we don't have any allies anymore. Oh, and this guy, who we had a truce with, he dares to demand liberty from us. So he wants to lower crown authority or face our swords on the battlefield. What? I want to take his land anyway. So this is perfect. I will not be threatened. I will not be threatened by a lazy 1-star education character. No way. Okay, so I will not be threatened. And 361 troops. That's fine. It's unfortunate that we don't have any allies though, but I'm sure we can handle it as we're about to end this war here. So, whoa, who did we... Yeah, we took someone important prisoner, so we're gonna end the war with our one vassal and start a war with the other one. So we're gonna enforce demands. We gain 20 dread and imprison this guy. and he doesn't like us much, but we're gonna revoke his title anyway. And he's now in our jail there. Okay, so we can now revoke his title. He is a known criminal because he revolted against me. That's why sometimes revolts can be good. You might want to let them fire just because maybe you actually want to take these guys' land anyway. You just need a good reason. So let them rebel against you, and then you have full authority to take their titles away. So we are no longer incurring tyranny from doing this. We're just gonna revoke his title straight up. And he has no choice because he's in the literal dungeon there. So there we go. We got one extra title there. We hold Ennis, Thomond, and Ormond directly. Okay, so now we're at war with Desmond there, so we're gonna move our troops back over here. They're sieging our capital, which is not ideal. Whoa, why can't I click that? Yeah, so we have 317 men guarding the castle, and they have 361, so just enough to start sieging, but probably not for long. If they take any losses at all, they may not have enough men to continue the siege, whereas we already have close to 500, so we'll start heading back home here. And now that we're in friendly territory and the war over here is over, you can see we automatically jumped up to 524 men. So we're gaining 20 men a month because we are well supplied and in our own territory there. Well supplied has to do with if you click on a county there, or actually if you hover over it, you can see that it says supply limit there of 3575. So basically, if we have less than 3575 men in a county there, then I guess we're not overburdened or anything like that. We've got enough supplies in the area to feed everyone. So we're doing just fine, and I'm gonna send us right into this army. We've got more than enough men. I'll slow the speed down a little bit, and he's running away, but he's not gonna be fast enough. We're still going to get there first. So once again, we're taking a chunk out of their levies, and our armored footmen are taking care of their pikemen, so we're winning quite handily there. Oh, we did have someone suffer an injury though, but hopefully they get better there. We can see that here. Oh wait, which one is I keep getting mixed up which was the most recent one. I think it's this one. Skirmish at Thomond. Yeah, this guy was wounded, but we actually took out one of their own. Oh, this was the guy we ransomed. He was still maimed, and he eventually died in battle. I can't believe he was sent back out into the field there. That's terrible for him. But hopefully this guy recovers. He's not maimed, he's just wounded, and we do have our bishop as our physician, so hopefully he gets better soon. Head down here. And oh yeah, sorry, I'm blanking out here. I'm gonna speed things along there. I don't think they're gonna chase after us. A missive from Pope Alexander has arrived. It starts off with pleasantries and outlines the importance I hold in the eyes of the Irish people. Your practice of polygamy is in strict opposition of Catholic doctrine and a sin in the eyes of God. I only wish for your salvation. Please lead your people into the light and shed yourselves of excess spouses. The missive reads, a dilemma indeed. Which do I value more, the customs of my people or the doctrines of my faith? So, wow. So, basically the Pope himself is coming after us because Irish culture has the polygamous tradition there, which means we can have more than one wife, which we currently don't. We don't have any additional wives. I just couldn't be bothered trying to search for any, and we do have 2 sons. Anyway, also if we focus on our customs, it's gonna be a big dent in our piety. We're gonna lose 500 piety, which we only have 300, and lose 2 levels of devotion, which we are currently faithful. So if we went down by 2, I think we'd be like a sinner or like a something really bad. So I don't know. I think we're just gonna uphold Catholic doctrine. We're not gonna be polygamous anymore. We didn't really need to use it anyway, and we gain a level of devotion, so we're gonna become dutiful there, which doesn't really oh, we currently dutiful. Oh, we're not even faithful yet. Oh my goodness. So yeah, if we lost two levels, that would be even worse. So I think we don't have a choice. I don't want to piss off the Pope. I'm not really very learned. I am wrathful and impatient. I guess we could say the customs of my people are more important. It's just gonna really hurt us, I think. And like England or anybody else that's Catholic, especially this guy, Prince Bledin, is probably gonna have an excuse to invade our sinful selves there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the customs of my people are more important. Yeah, let's see what happens. We're gonna get Crusaded or something. Yeah, look at this. We are a sinner. We have minus 181 piety. Oh boy, we're gonna have to make it up somehow. So, back to our siege. Oh dear. Oh, and this was our Chancellor. No, he died. Oh, he was wounded and died. That's too bad. Do we have someone else? Not really, not really. Do we have anyone in our dungeon? Anybody want to be the Chancellor? Not really. Oh my. Okay, so we don't have a Chancellor for now. Let's see. Sometimes you can find an unmarried lady like this lady, Nuala, or perhaps someone else. I don't think we have many unmarried ladies in our court. Yeah, just that one lady there. So Nuala. Oh, she's already married. That doesn't help. Yeah, they have a 14-year-old son. Yeah, normally we can find an unmarried lady in our court and we can marry them off to someone who would join our court and serve as our Chancellor, but we don't have that option here. We have a lot of men and not many women in our court there, so we'll have to send out some kind of missive or something. We don't actually have that option. We can send for knights. I wish we could send for some maidens to come join our court. But we'll just have to proceed without a Chancellor for now and keep an eye on our court, see if someone else comes along. And that wrapped up that. We captured this guy's kid again. And we're going to enforce demand once more We gain dread, imprison every rebellious vassal, and gain a title revocation reason against them. The faction is disbanded and cannot join again for 10 years. That sounds fine with me. Again, I really didn't like this guy at all. He's a very poor vassal. I do feel bad that his son fell in battle there, but ultimately, this land would be better off in my hands. Oh my gosh. We still have a truce with him? For 3 more years. Good grief. Okay, so whatever. He's in the dungeon. We can make sure he's in house arrest at least so he doesn't die. Yeah, he's in the house arrest. I'm gonna put this guy in the dungeon though, because he annoyed me by rebelling against me. I'm gonna execute him. I'm gonna move him to the dungeon. He'll probably die there. But that's his fault for fighting against us. Oh, his mother is in the dungeon too. Oh, good grief. Oh, this poor lady. She's gonna be so mad at us. Yeah, we threw her son in the dungeon. She's in house arrest. We're gonna let her go. We're not that cruel. Or maybe we are. Yeah, I don't want her to come back and kill us. So we'll leave her under house arrest. This guy, we're just gonna let these guys free. I don't need them in the dungeon. They're nobody special. I could try to ransom them, but they're gonna give me like $1. This guy had no money. So I'm just gonna set them free. I am gonna leave this guy. He could be a good knight. He's kind of terrifying though, sadistic and deceitful, but 19 prowess is excellent. Yeah, let's recruit him. And everyone else, see, he's in the dungeon, she's in house arrest, he's in house arrest. I think that covers everyone off there. Oh, we actually got an achievement from that. Defeat a faction in a war. I rarely get achievements. I know they changed it recently that you can get achievements from using mods. I just been playing this game for so long with mods that I rarely get achievements there. So yeah, we gotta wait 3 years for that truce to expire there. And finally, we get a diplomacy lifestyle perk here. So I'm gonna grab the first one, thoughtful. We're not really gonna use it. We're not really gonna be sending gifts, I don't think. We need to conserve our cash, but I'm gonna do that because I really want to get forced vassalage. So we're 1 out of 3 steps closer there. And we're gonna put it back on speed 4. Just because I want those 3 years to go as fast as possible. And we should probably do something about our piety as well. Oh, here we go. Someone was sending me a message before and I didn't get a chance to click it, so I don't know who they were or what they wanted. This guy wants to pay me to leave the prison. No, I want your titles. So that is no. Let's see what's going on here. This is just sort of our notifications. We have low control in Ormond. That's something we should probably fix there. Oh, we can ransom? We can ransom this guy? I didn't realize. For 100 gold. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. He hates our guts. He could try to kill us. But honestly, for 100 gold, like, yeah, thank you very much, because we need... How much gold do we need to form Ireland? We need 425 gold. So we're actually quite close. We're well within our lifetime having enough gold to form the kingdom there. So, yeah, I'll take that deal. Hopefully he doesn't come back and kill me. I can probably release his mother from jail now. But this guy has to stay in the prison because we want to claim his title. And I haven't mentioned it before, but to get to your prisoners, it's under this blue button, Courtiers. You can see everyone in your court on this middle tab. Usually I just get to it also from here on my character screen. This is court positions, which we haven't actually really done yet, because I think I'll fill that out once we become king. And yeah, then there's prisoners on the right. Sometimes we all forget to check this tab, and people can sometimes get lost in the dungeon there, and sometimes even die. So it's a good idea to check and see who's in here and what you can get from them by chance, just in case you can get something useful, like how we got 100 gold from ransoming that one guy. Okay, we still got 3 years to go, so let's speed that along. Maybe by the end of the 3 years, we might have the Force Vassalize perk as well. Let's check on our son here. They do not have children yet. She thinks I'm a tyrant now, his wife, so that's not ideal. But we now have a daughter. Oh, a Hail daughter. So she is like, this is like a trait similar to Strong. It's not quite as good as like, I think there's Strong, like, and then Herculean or Amazonian or something comes after that. But this is sort of the lowest tier of the Strong perk, and she gets a small bonus to her health and prowess of +2. So yeah, that's pretty good. Her name is Bridget. May you grow strong and wise. Oh, and this guy wants me to ransom this guy, who I don't even know how he ended up in the jail. I'm gonna decline that. We need a chancellor. I don't know how we're gonna manage that. Oh, we have this guy. Yeah, maybe we can put him in there. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. He's not that good, average, but at least it's somebody. We need somebody. We could put this guy. He's lazy, and he's also average. He's got a lisp as well. I don't think we want a lisping diplomat there, so we'll put in this guy here. I thought this guy was like a relative of ours, but he's not, so that's alright. At least we have somebody in that position there. Oh, did the truce end? It's gone. I think the truce ended. Yay! Okay, so revoke title. Yeah, he's a known criminal. He revolted against me, and he will accept. He has no choice. He's in the dungeon. So there we go. He's become our rival. I mean, I think it's more a one-sided. I don't think we care about him at all. He's just not useful to us at all. But now we control every single county in Munster. The entirety of the duchy there is under our control, so we're gonna get a lot more men. You can see already we're up over 1,000 men, and hopefully we're gonna be making more money as well. Yeah, we're making 3 gold a month, so I think that's pretty good. And we've been playing for about 2 hours there. After that, we do want to keep going down here. Ducal Conquest. This is quite good as well. Title creation cost minus 20%, because that will reduce the cost of forming Ireland here. So we actually should probably have enough money once we get that perk. But it's gonna take a little bit more time, so maybe I'll just jump ahead and grab those when I'm not streaming, and then when we pick up the stream later on, probably tomorrow. Probably not tonight. It's already 8:30 or so here, but we'll pick up the stream again tomorrow, and we'll already have those perks, and we can start conquering these counts. Oh, and look, these guys merged just like I was talking about, so potentially we could go against them. and have both of these counties under our domain. Yeah, so we're in a good spot. But yeah, I do think I am going to stop for now and jump ahead and pick up when things are a little bit more exciting. And yeah, it looks like we've got a pretty solid amount of views here, about 40 people. Thanks so much for checking out the stream. It's our first stream ever. If you did encounter any issues or have any thoughts, please leave a comment. I am very happy to improve. The whole purpose of this was just to try this out and test things out. So thanks so much. I look forward to your feedback, and we'll see you tomorrow on Crusader Chronicles.